Hey, I'm Meg of Meg's Makings and welcome to Maker's Monday. Today, we will be making a Christmas wreath. To make this wreath, you're going to need a few things. A grapevine wreath base, hot glue gun with glue sticks, a pair of scissors or wire cutters. The scissors will be fine if you don't have those. Floral wire, and if you don't have those, pipe cleaners. You're also going to need some wired ribbon. Mine is 2.5 inches wide. I've got some greenery, and I'm gonna cut this apart. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but I liked it. Some berries and some poinsettias. We're going to start with making our bow. We'll just cut some ribbon for the tail of the bow, fold that in half, fold it in half shortwise, and then cut at a diagonal towards the fold. And it's going to give you 2 dovetails on the ends of your tail. I decided to do a 3-layer bow, pretty simple. So I'm just cutting 3 different sized loops, and this one is going to be my smallest. I'm going back in to make the medium size, and then I'll do a large one and just layer them on top of each other. Although this is the end of my roll of ribbon, you're going to want to cut a small piece of ribbon so that we can wrap around the center of the bow layer. And so now I'm just going to layer the 3 different sizes of ribbon on top of each other. Largest on the bottom, then the next size, and then the smallest one on top. Now I'm grabbing the tail that I made earlier, and I'm just going to fold all of those pieces in together to make a crease in the bow. Squeeze those real tight and grab a pipe cleaner, and from the front to the back, I'm just going to secure those together by twisting super tight. Now I'm going to take that piece that I had earlier and the piece that you'll need, and I'm going to fold it to make a center for the ribbon. So I'm just going to twist my pipe cleaner so it lays flat against the tails. And I want a clean look. I don't want to be able to see the pipe cleaner, so this little piece of ribbon is going to do it. So I'm going to glue the very end, place it in the center, and then wrap it around the front of the bow. Make sure you hot glue the back of the bow where you're adding this little piece just to make sure it's secure, and then you just cut off the excess. And now you can just maneuver the bow the way you want it to so the tails will go the direction you'd like them to. And there you go. Of course, you can do this however you would see fit. Everyone makes their wreaths differently. I like to center my bow on the side of the base first and build around it. So here I am securing the bow to the grapevine wreath by just tucking one end of the pipe cleaner in and then twisting it to make sure that it's secure. Here's the extra fun stuff. So I've already cut my greenery off of the bunch that it was in together. I used my wire cutters because the stem was kind of thick. But I've cut them into smaller little pieces, and I'm just gonna arrange them around the bow however I would like it. So you can just take whatever you have and do the same. I tend to favor symmetry, so I looked for pieces of greenery that were identical, and I decided to use that first to go at the top and the bottom of the bow, so that it'll have an even look. And so all I'm doing is hot gluing the stem part of the greenery and just shoving it in to the grapevine wreath base, and it will be secure that way. I don't know about you, but I really love a natural and simple look, and so already I'm loving this wreath. But of course, to give it more fullness, you can just add more of the greenery, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm just hot gluing the stems and positioning it until I get the look that I like, just filling it out. Like I said, I like symmetry, so you'll notice that I'm trying to find little pieces of greenery that are similar so that I can kind of match the top to the bottom. Please don't feel bound to that. You don't have to have it looking exactly the same on both ends. Sometimes I don't do things symmetrical just so it can have more of a whimsical look. Everything doesn't always have to be perfect, and sometimes perfections come with imperfections. Does that make sense? But just do whatever your heart desires. So just keep placing it however you like it and get the look that you want. Don't feel like you have to use the entire piece of your stem. Sometimes I'll notice that there's a part of it that I really don't like, or if I have extra, you know, sometimes I'll just stick it in here and there. But you can cut them wherever you need to so that you can get the fullness that you want for your wreath. So you'll notice that I have taken several pieces of this greenery and I've cut them in half or into smaller pieces so that I can glue them into the empty spots for the wreath. Now we're moving on to our floral pieces. I just go ahead and cut them off of the bunch because it's easier for me to just grab and position instead of having to cut them as I go. So I cut them ahead and then I just start to position. So I'm not sure if these are Christmas cattails, I'm not sure. But whatever they are, I really like the look of them, and I'm just kind of sticking those in here and there on the greenery side. I would like for them to kind of overlap and come across to the empty side of the wreath, and so you see me putting that here on the end, and I'll do the same at the top. Because the bow is the center point of the wreath on, well, at least on one side, I have the floral and greenery coming away from it. And I'm doing the same here with the berries. I'm just going to put them in at the top and the bottom. And I love these berries. I feel like they really give the feel of Christmas. If you'll recall, these berries came off of just one bunch, and by cutting them apart from the bunch, you have basically more than what you need. So you can just fill out the areas where you would like to put some of the floral in your wreath. And now for the poinsettias, which of course truly is representative of Christmas. And as you can see, it kind of got a little red theme going on here, and this is perfect for it. So I'm just going to position this again near the bow and put about 2 or 3 poinsettias together, and just really bring in the eye to the center where the bow is. So I decided to call them Christmas cattails because I didn't know what they were. But these leaves are off of that bunch of the Christmas cattails. And so I'm just using the excess pieces that I have, and I'm going to stick those in and add some fullness and more greenery to the wreath. I'm really loving how this has come together. Again, I am a fan of natural looking wreaths. I really love them. Of course, every once in a while, when you want something whimsical and flashy, that's cool, but I prefer the natural look. And so, again, I'm loving this. Just adding a few finishing touches by popping in some greenery that I have left and filling it in wherever I feel like I need to. But yeah, I'm in love. added some finishing touches to bring it home, but I love how this wreath turned out. And it's ready to go to its forever home. I hope that you found the instructions easy to understand, and I hope that if you were following along, you had a great time making your own wreath. Follow Meg's Makings on all social media platforms, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me for Makers Monday.